We're going into the semi-final on the top side of the bracket. Let's see how this goes. Down here in the bottom right-hand side in the red, it is none other than the big boy himself, the conductor. It's Parting. Representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. And his opponent in the top left, representing the Gemini Fan Club. It's Trap. Alright, so both sides coming over very early with a gate scout. Not early enough to stop a Nexus first, but early enough to block a 1-gate expand, but they both see a 2-gate opening. So neither player opting for that here on Romanticide. And Parting getting right in the mineral line with his harassment, being very annoying, while Trap a little more conservative. Just going around behind, but both of them have set one probe on zap the other guy in the butt duty. You know, electrocute the Ewok and chase after him. And definitely an interesting wall-off from Parting. This is going to allow him to build a battery down there off that pylon, whereas Trap, he could build a battery there and it can heal units on the low ground without having nearly as much reach, but it also is not as exposed, and that pylon won't be able to get focused down very easily, whereas Parting could easily get that focus from the low ground, but he can build another one there that would be a lot safer. Double Adept and Warp Gate up against a Stalker, a Warp Gate, and a Sentry. So it's going to be a hallucination, very defensive play for Trap. If you're going Stalker Sentry, you're almost always expanding. Now, you can still do sneaky timing attacks off that, but the idea is the Sentry is there for a 100% early scout. As soon as you hit 75 energy on that Sentry, you can make a Hallucinated Phoenix, scout what your opponent's up to, and get all of that information. Parting, on the other hand, is going to be probing aggressively with these Adepts, and actually, he's going to be doing more than that because he starts Adepts 3 and 4, which means he is going for some very heavy early mobile pressure. These guys can't stand up against a Stalker early, but they do very well versus Sentries if they can get on top of them, and of course, they're amazing at getting in and killing the probes. So Trap's going to have to be on top of creating a wall off here whenever they try to shade in. Already, Parting blocking the Nexus, which is really good against Trap's build order. And having seen only one Stalker, I think he's going to feel happy about that. He actually goes in and says, you know what, 2 Adepts actually beat a Stalker in a head-to-head. We can fight you. Anything he can do to delay this pylon going down, it just kind of distracts Trap, keeps him busy. Nice quick Nexus here for Parting, who says, let's just clear up this while we go for Adepts 5 and 6. Now, Trap, he has at this point seen that he's up against 6 or at least 4 Adepts. Look at this micro. Parting uses 1 Adept to try and distract, shades them out there, untouched. Untouched, these Adepts. They'll regenerate those shields. Shield battery on the natural, and already up on 3 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, a 4th Stalker building, Warp Gates coming. So Trap here, very focused on getting enough Stalkers out. Now, look at this, a very aggressive move. He's actually saying the best way to defend these Adepts is just to go fight on their side of the map. Because if I'm sitting back, anytime they shade past, I've got to chase them or they get on my workers. The danger with moving across the map is the Adepts are very mobile. They can shade on top of you and absolutely annihilate. 4, 5, 6, 7 Adepts are now out. 3 Stalkers there. Look at that. His own counter Adepts are going to come in. So if Trap times this out right, just as Parting is being very focused on the aggression, he could do massive counter damage with that. Delays this pylon to the absolute last second. It's only a pylon though. Oh, but the Adepts are trapped in there, so it's actually okay. Trap pulls his trap out. Is he going to kill them in time? No, I don't think so. The shade completes. The probes are on the run. These 2 Adepts on the counter not being microed right now because, of course, there's so much havoc and mayhem going on in his base. The Adepts are kind of stuck behind each other. One of them just derping and not actually fighting right now. The Adepts in the main get 4 kills in total as well as mining time. Now, these 2 Adepts are still healthy, and they're going to get inside Parting's main. Parting has 1 Stalker there, which is the beginnings of a defense, but both Adepts very healthy so far. But they're not being focus fired too well here by Trap because he's so, once again, busy at home as he loses his Sentries and Adepts there to some nice focus fire from Parting. Parting, usually, of course, a player who is known for those of you who've ever been on the internet and then you found yourself realizing you may have clicked on something a bit questionable, you look around over your shoulder, you hope no one realized. Yes, clicking with your important thing is what we call that. And Parting is known for pretty much every decision in-game being made by his important thing. Some people say that's a way to end up in deep water and bad consequences that you didn't plan for. Parting says it's the secret to my success. Always go hard or go home. And once again, a Prism snuck across in the midst of this with that fast robo. This was always the plan. With the early Adept opening, say, let's open up a second angle. But his shield battery's not ready at home. Oh, the Immortal! It was not shooting the Stalkers! Oh my god, the Immortal does shit damage to the Adepts. He wasted like 3 hits on the Adepts. With that Immortal, that does get focused down. Good pullback by Trap, who's got 3 of his own Adepts, and this is absolute madness. Trap is just taking the fight to Parting. He says, look, every time you surprise me with an attack, I surprise you with an attack as well. Back on the other side of the map, the Adepts did get cleaned up. No, they didn't. There's still one there, but the shield battery does actually distract it. These guys go down. 9 probes go down on Trap's side, or Parting side of the map, sorry. So Parting now way behind on economy. He gets 1 more probe. If he can get a few more, that would be huge. He's going to literally try and just warp into the mineral line. That is a Chad warp in if I've ever seen one. 100% confidence, no hesitation. Parting in a goddamn nutshell. Sieges a warp prism on a Stalker. He pays the price for it by losing it, but he knew that with how much damage he'd just taken, he needed to do more. He does kill the probe in the wall off, but he gets blocked by that shield battery and loses everything. The Prism, the Adapts, they all go down at the end of it. He is down 1 worker. Where does he stand? He's down 3 Stalkers, down 1 worker. As I say that, he overtakes by a worker because their probes are not obviously lined up at the same time. But basically, Blink is done for Trap, and Trap has a few more Stalkers. So he's going to get over here and be aggressive. What he does not have is a Robo. And having an Observer out gives Parting vision. He's snuck. Oh, he barely snuck that probe out. Why is that important? Because he's going DT Shrine. So he realizes, okay, with all that information from being in your base this whole time, I know you don't have a Robo, and this is such a low economy, scrappy game. You can't afford one right now. Oh, uses Blink nicely there. Trap picks off a Stalker with 2 volleys. Blink's out of trouble, but that pylon is going to get built on his side of the map. Parting needs to get a move on with that. If he gets that going early enough, he wins the game with a DT walking off this. The whole point there is just to make sure the DTs aren't spotted leaving your base, because that's where Trap's observers will be coming in. It's where his Stalkers could see the Dark Templar leaving the base, and Trap goes for a fast third. Trap doesn't make a Robo, which I really doubt he would. I think he'll make a 4th gate, maybe even... Oh, actually, you're playing Parting. I think Robo will be next. But the pylon's done. The DT Shrine's done. Oh, he still hasn't started the Robo. He has no Forge, no Robo. Right now, Trap, he's going in with Adepts. He's trying to just keep up the aggression and stay on pace with Parting and then overtake him economically. Goes up to 5 gateways, no Robo. Oh, no. Trap's going to lose. 2 DTs warping on the front. Trap comes in with a very nice pressure here. But he still has not started a Robo or a Forge. He has no counterplay. Yes, he kills 4 probes, but the first DT is there. It's walking in towards his base. Another one on the way. Let's go to Trap's camera right now as he realizes that he's friggin' dead. He's going 8 gateways with no detection. They're walking in. They're walking in. He sees it. He sees it. He starts a Robo in the back of his natural and he goes, ah, shit. Game 2, guys. Once again, we are seeing the probes pass each other in the middle of the map. Gateway scout for both guys. It's going to be a high ground gateway in the bottom right for Parting. And in the top left, also, looks like identical build orders for both of them. They're both going to go 2 gates. This is Trap. And that probe just keeping Parting away from that mineral line. As I said, Trap usually a bit more conservative, tries to avoid getting touched up as much, and just goes in for a little tactical disruption once in a while. In general, you'll notice that Parting is one of the laziest players at doubling up his workers and adjusting to fix the harassment. You can regularly bounce his probe away off the minerals. Why is that? Because Parting is always focused on his probe being really annoying to the other player rather than defending the other guy's harassment. Parting is a player who often defends through attacking, right? Can he multitask very well? Yes, absolutely. But usually his answer to his opponent doing something annoying is to do something twice as annoying to them somewhere else on the map, right? He's very good at kind of like, oh, we're both doing this thing. I'm going to be so annoying with my aggressive probe that you'll not be able to micro your one at my base as much. It's kind of like a thing. It's just that he likes to dictate the pace of the game. He likes having the momentum. And it's why, you know, you see him in PvZ look so good sometimes with those Adepts dancing around, with the Blink Stalkers pushing in, with those Sentry pushes just shaving armies apart with force fields. Parting once again going heavy Adepts. He's double chronoing Warp Gate. He's going to build a forward gateway. So I wonder if this is like an 8 adept pressure or if it's just 4 adepts into some sort of like Stalker proxy gate attack. Just because the double chrono on warp gate seems peculiar to me. I don't think he does a third. He doesn't have the energy for it. He does start a Nexus here. Do we get adept 5 and 6? I think we do. Maybe. Maybe, baby. Looks like his probe did go down on the other side of the map, by the way. Did he see the Nexus? No, because the Nexus just started. So he came in, saw no Nexus, goes, oh shit, what's happening? Starts a Robo behind this. Of course, when you've gone all adepts, you can get overwhelmed by Stalkers. So the Robo gives you Immortals for that. It also gives you that Prism, as we saw in the last game. Comes in after all the early action when they think it's done and drops adepts in the corner. But Trap going to put a spotting pylon over there this time around. Doesn't want to get surprised by that. Is going sentries behind these 4 Stalkers. Has a shield battery at the natural. Adept's going to get overwhelmed, and a good start to the fight here. Trap catching Parting with his pants down. He's going to kill 1 adept before the fight even really starts. Actually, doesn't quite finish focusing it. He's going to get a 2nd adept and then have to bail out of there. Oh, Parting's trying to chase this down. He's lost 2 adepts so far for nothing. Oh, Trap using his micro very well. And look at that. He shades. Oh my god, he tries to shade on the red hit point Stalker. Trap recalls the Stalker. Trap's like 3 adepts for nothing. Pure micro range, agility, momentum, and aggression. Dr. Stalker respect right here. And Parting, I mean, that just takes everything out of his push. What's he going to do? Look at this. 2 adepts going to counterattack tactically as well. Just 1 small counterattack. That's all you need against these adept attacks. Parting taking a very bad start here to game number 2. Good Stalker count there. Sentries on the high ground as well. Not going to commit to that. I like the Gateway. The Gateway very big on hit points. You can't just shoot that down the way Adepts can often just focus down a shield battery or something like that. Stalker's not focus fired initially, so you can see they split their damage a little. Nice shield battery block. So this is a good hold here. These Adepts are basically done because... Oh, they do get the probe up on the high ground. Oh, the Adepts actually shaded forward, but they got force fielded and blocked there. He's only killed 1 Adept. He's killed nothing else. Parting's lost 4 Adepts and 2 probes so far. Efficiency-wise, I mean, this is off the chain. Trap is going for a Robo this time. He will not lose to DTs this game, or at least he hopes not to. I've still seen plenty of games where people have observers out and the DTs simply surprise them, but look at this. Parting doing the exact same build, and his predictability is getting punished. Trap made the adjustment this game. Even though, remember, Trap actually came out, I would say, slightly ahead in the previous map. He just got surprised by the DTs in the follow-up, right? This time, he is coming out massively ahead. And, I mean, Parting just way too predictable in this match, and also just not finding purchase with these adepts. He's not finding anything. He's getting hammered by Stalkers. Another! Look at that! The force field just holding him back at every turn. On the other side, the Stalker trade going in Trap's favor as well. He pulls back a Reddit point Stalker. He's focusing everything down. I mean... Okay, maybe a sentry will die to these adepts. Yes, it does. Can he at least kill a few units? Not very many of them. 5 probes versus 11 on the other side of the map. An Immortal comes out. It looks like it did kill 1 of these Stalkers. He's going to pick up those adepts, but that Prism is deep in the red. He's probably going to have to recall that from the corner of the map. And he's up against a player who's going Prism. Blink almost finishing. 3 gateways. All the aggression, all the mobility does go to Trap in the next phase of this game. He does force those probes away from the natural for a moment. Gets 1 more there. Continue to try and shade on into that main base. Looks like he's going to get in. No shield battery in the main, but he will go down. Oh, Parting! He YOLOs his Prism in. He's actually getting more kills here than I expected, but it's still, I would say, at best, 12 probes. What was that, like 4 adepts, 5 adepts, and a Prism? It's actually like an even trade cost for cost, and because Trap started so much higher, it's like, that's actually not good enough. You know, I think you're almost better off keeping those units there and keeping yourself alive. He does have 2 Immortals out. But that's a lot of Stalkers. I got to say, especially with an Adept or 2 to absorb damage. And he could just blink into the main as well, could Trap. I think Trap's going to... Yeah, he's got a Sentry. Parting has energy. He's going to recall into the main and try to defend on the high ground, but no shield battery or anything to back it up. That's going to get force fielded. This is a great push here. And look at that. He's not even going to force field it immediately. Oh, and Parting immediately recalls. And look at that. He just blinks to the low ground. He says, goodbye, goodbye. Oh, you're going to recall to the high ground? I'm just going to hit the low ground. Trap ties up the series. All right, into the next map. Opening up very similar, except it's Oxide, so the gateways are on the low ground. We're, of course, going to actually get to see the wall-off play this time around. Well, not just wall-off, but the let's block your base. Now, Parting immediately goes for the pylon because he's worried that his opponent was not mining gas and taking a second. And he was right. He comes in and says, hey, you hadn't even started your second gas yet. And he hadn't either, actually. They both started a very late second gas. But Trap is like, yeah, you're not going to have 400 minerals for a Nexus. Get out of here. Doesn't put down a pylon. Sees a second gas. Zealot starts for parting. Zealot starts for Trap a few seconds later. Now, the cool thing that Max Pax does in this scenario is he actually doesn't do the second chrono on the probes, which both of these guys have done. You can see they're very low on energy. And he chronos the Zealot out earlier to clear up that pylon faster. And then he almost always just ends up getting a Stargate. Now, why am I talking about Max Pax? A year ago, no one knew who Max Pax was unless they watched Beastie Cutie videos and liked memes, right? You know, who cares about a 16-year-old Danish kid? Oh, well, sorry, that 16-year-old Danish kid 3-0'd Zest this week in EPT and has been regularly one of the best players on this map and Pillars of Gold. These one-gate expand maps especially, he has a prodigious win rate on, and people need to start vetoing these maps against him if they want to fucking beat him, I tell you. But people keep letting him play these games, and he's so good at it. And I think there's a lot to be learned from how he plays it. And Trap is playing a lot like him. He didn't chrono the Zealot, but he just goes straight Stargate before Nexus, even though Parting's not blocking it. And he goes for a very minimalistic block, just a pylon, and he's even going to cancel that at the last second. Awesome play by Trap, because look at the investment. Parting has invested a lot more in this opening. The 25 minerals was simply from canceling a pylon. You might go, yeah, but look, Parting gets a faster Nexus. Okay, but how much faster is that Nexus? Really, what's the actual lead? 15 seconds? This is only because Trap's doing an all-in. Trap could have had it down already, but Trap's actually doing a 3-gate Void Ray all-in. So the plan here is Parting thinks, okay, you're doing the same thing as me. You're taking Nexus. Yes, you went a Stargate, but whatever. And, oh no. Parting accidentally just built a second Twilight Council. Oh no. Parting! Parting! How much soju are you drinking today? Oh my god, dude, you gotta stop going out to this strip club on a Saturday night before you got a tournament to play. Parting! Double Twilight Forge is not a build, bro. It's not a build. Don't do this. Cancel. Cancel one. Please. Parting, this is so bad. 2 Twilight Councils, and he's getting all in, and he doesn't know about it. Oh my god, this is so trash, man. Parting here with the Twilight in the wall. He's just clicked it and gone, what the fuck? I'm sure he's shouting Shibai on his stream right now. That's a huge mistake. He's in so much trouble. He's already going to lose a Zealot. And look at this, the Void Ray's here. He doesn't have his shield battery. He was caught being greedy. That Void Ray with Prismatic Alignment doing lots of damage. The Zealot gets blasted on the Stalker. The Void Ray fudging shit up right now and Parting with the double Twilight Council drunk degenerate opening. Oh no, that's an unfortunate turn of events for our favorite dick boy. Up here in the top right-hand side, in the red of 2,000 atmospheres. This is our new underwater map, and I bloody love it. It's Parting. Both probes are going to bloop through each other in the middle of the map. Look at that. There's glowing fish everywhere. Down here in the bottom left. High ground gateway for both sides. It is Trap. So this map is beautiful, guys. We've got these kind of like... It's kind of in the water. I think the whole map is in the water, but you can kind of see there's like water and coral and glowing fish kind of swimming in and about these things and all around the map. Through the fog, of course, it's not as pretty because you can't really see it, but it really is a very beautiful map. There's fish over here on the edge. It's a beautiful, beautiful map. There's space sharks as well. I guess it's just a regular shark. It's not necessarily a space shark. It's just a shark. Everything's in space because it's StarCraft, okay, guys? It's awesome to have new maps, and I'm loving the water dynamic as well. Now, I'm not sure if units actually float up when they die on this map. I haven't noticed it as such. I haven't really been paying attention. So I guess I will during this game and actually pay a bit more attention. Parting, interestingly, is a very narrow choke point, so that's not Archon accessible. Something we'll need to keep in mind as this game goes on. If he ever, let's say, recalls Archons in his main, he needs to Warp Prism shuffle them in and out. Whereas Trap has an accessibility entrance, so he's planning for the future of when his Protoss grow rich, prosperous, and large. Which is I hate getting Archons stuck in my main. For me, it's just this annoying thing. So I don't know if that was he misplaced the gateway by 1 square, or he meant to do that, but interesting. Sentry comes out. Knowing Parting, I tell you, he barely resisted the urge to force field that probe there. Such a waste of energy, but just to get a kill, like, you know that deep in Parting's soul, he wants that kill so badly that he's like, oh, should I do it? And it's like, dude, the whole point is to use that energy for a hallucination scout. And he's like, but I want to kill so much. And I'm like, we know you want to kill, but you've got to pick your victims. And he's like, no, fucking Dexter taught me too much. Oh, I guess I'll contain myself. And I'm like, all right. All right, Parting. So it's a Twilight Expand here. Does have an early shield battery. Parting does not like building shield batteries, but he's being so greedy this time he needs to. 2 Stalkers into 2 Adepts into 2 Sentries here for Trap. Oh, looks like we're getting a little bit of stuttery lag there, a bit of spike. My ping actually hasn't changed, so that may have been from someone else in the lobby lagging in observing. We'll see. Oh, no probe in the wall. Oh, wait, there he was. Okay, that probe was hiding behind the spike on top of the gateway, and I was like, what? I was like, Parting. Look at this blink and a forge. Wow. Wowzers. Parting. Playing full macro, man. He sees the Twilight and the forge a little later for Trap. I mean, does it really mean he's ahead? No. He's down 3 probes, guys. Parting needs to get probing. He needs to chrono those probes. He needs to get them on his natural ASAP. He needs to cancel that pylon and rebuild it. Good. Parting's got to get his probes building right now. Now, Parting does not have any proxies out on the map. Neither does Trap. This, to me, feels like the sort of game where one guy might go and proxy a gateway either over here or like down here and do a big blink attack on the 3rd base. Because there's these interesting points in PvP. Once the 3rd is up with shield batteries and so on, it's very hard to break because of battery overcharge and just the defensive power and the warp-ins there. But while it's building and before the pylons and the shield batteries are finished, it's very vulnerable. It's also a point where a lot of people are being very greedy. So if you can surprise them with that sort of attack, it can be very powerful. Now these Stalkers zoning down around the bottom right side of the map. Blink's almost done. So Parting basically says, sweet, let me at him. His Blink's not quite done. So if he runs up that ramp, he gets force fielded and loses these Stalkers. It's very bad, but Blink kicks in. Behind this, Robo goes down for Trap after game 1. He does not want to lose another game like that. Sorry, guys, we accidentally flipped the scoreboard there. Trap is leading 2-1 right now. And a blink into the main base. He's going to go after some probes, but great pullback by Trap. I mean, Parting's going to get nothing here. He's got to leave. Leave. Oh, he's left it too long. Parting got a little bit horny there. He's going to try to recall. He doesn't have energy to recall. Oh, no. You can see he blinked and he paused for a moment while he was selecting his Nexus, and he tried to recall with both of them and realized he did not have the energy. He's going to lose 2 Stalkers for a bit of mining time. Not a great trade for Parting. Could have been worse if he wasn't so good at getting those Stalkers out of dodge, but that was a bummer. You can see his Nexus in the main now at 60 energy, so it was just short of recall before. Stalkers there, see there's no 3rd base. What's the gateway count? 2 for both sides. A 3rd one on the way now for Parting. And a Robo, as well as a 4th gateway. Already going straight up to 6 gateways is Trap. Trap realizes who he's playing against, doesn't want to take any chances, and indeed going 6 gateways before 3rd base. Looks like he actually wants to be the one to take the blink fight to Parting. You've killed 2 Stalkers. It's a great start to things. You're already a little ahead on probes earlier in this game. Parting will start a 3rd Nexus. We'll see exactly how we go here. Ooh, good catch. Very good catch. But the punish! Parting clicks with his dick, gets the War Prism. Oh my god, he's gonna try and focus down the sentries, but is this an overextend? I think it is. Oh, Parting. Oh my god, that was such a crazy move. He says your Stalkers are out of position, go! But he loses so many Stalkers. Look at that unit's lost time. Yes, you got a Prism and some sentries, but dude, get those. You need a 2nd shield battery. You need to warp in units. He's got 1 Immortal coming down, another one on the way. Those could save his bacon right now. Because Parting, he sends a Stalker out. Blink, get out. Oh, he's going to lose it anyway, man. Yeah, good control by Trap. Oh, dude, that's the 7th Stalker he's lost. So Parting, the thing is, what we're seeing here is just clinical control by Trap. Up against Parting. Parting wants more movement, more action, more chaos in these games. Trap's not giving it to him. Trap is just taking better trades. He's calmer, he's more defensive, he's dotting his I's, he's crossing his T's, and he's not giving the chaos to the Chaos Master. He's denying him. He's saying, no, F that noise. Oh, Parting still having a probe on location. Very well positioned. I can't believe he still had that at this stage of the game. The Adept's coming to get a couple probes. Not going to be the end of the world. Here comes the army. Oh, battery overcharge. Not enough. Oh my god. Dude, that decisive play by Trap. Goes in, decides to pull back. Another Immortal and Stalker's coming out. He's got to be careful. This is where Parting has an arc. Guardian Shield goes down. Trap, did he go too far? He may have overextended himself, but if he gets one more warp in, Parting cannot chase down here. Parting, don't blink down there. Wait, only 2 Stalkers blinked in. I thought it would be a full 8. Okay, 2's not enough. Okay, I thought I saw... I was like, he's warping in 8 more Stalkers. It's going to turn around. But no. Well done. A very important hold there by Parting. Keep in mind, guys, Trap just started this third. It was an all-in attack. And he wasn't able to do it. So we're going to game 5. Yes, this series is sick. All right, guys, down here in the bottom left-hand side, the big boy, the master of aggression, the master of just those razor-thin micro maneuvers that nobody else can pull off. It's Parting. Guy who's been pretty clean so far, and he was taking great trades in that last game, but he was able to do that because he was just making mass Blink Stalkers on 2-base. And in the end, even though he got some nice trades and got some little advantages, he was not able to break it. The power of defense in PvP. When you force your way all in, they know it's coming. They build those defensive measures. Immortals versus Stalkers, shield batteries on their bases. They can hold you. The problem is this player able to get that clean, controlled, efficient early game without having such a single-minded plan of 2-base blink all in or die trying? He's got to at least fake a 3rd base or something like that, I believe, to trick his opponent. So this is Trap. Second gateway gets blocked by a little bit there by Parting, just being annoying. He says, hey, you want to put a gateway down there? Well, I'm going to block that. Now Parting's probe, deep in the orange. This other probe, very healthy. Cybercore goes down in the Warlock. And Cybercore there, a little further back for Trap. Both players looking pretty good so far. They've both chronoed a lot of probes out. And Pylon goes down in the main mineral line for both. It's completely mirrored. This is Beckett Industries, for those who don't know. This is the shortest rush distance in the map pool, significantly, because there is a boosty zone there, a boosty zone there, and a boosty zone there. From natural to natural, I believe it's only 29 seconds. It's like 3 or 4 seconds faster than submarine. It takes very little time to get through the center rush distance on this map. So I'm not surprised to see both guys opening up with 2 adepts, because they can just go whoosh, shade to the other side of the map, and their second shade can already be trying to get in the wall in. It's actually kind of insane how fast they get over there. So both of them wanting to be the one to put on that slightly earlier aggression, hoping they catch the other guy with the probe not in the wall off, and just, you know, force him to start building those shield batteries or those pylons to wall off a little bit earlier than they'd like to. Trap is going to try and get out of there. Does he put a pylon down here to try and see what comes out? Yes, he does. So that pylon there, of course, going to try and see what's going on. Parting doesn't give a shit. He's just like, eh, whatever. So this is very typical. Trap wants to know what's coming. Parting, it's like, eh, whatever. Well, I'll just play it by ear. So Trap's pylon. Notice the adepts hide from it. So he cancels it, and Parting goes, nah. Then he puts his Nexus down. So Parting waits to show the Nexus, waits to show the adepts. But it's also adepts coming out for Trap. So both sides are playing multiple adepts into an expand. We've got that very quick robo that Parting used in game 1 and 2. So gotta watch out for adepts being ferried in over here or into the back of the mineral line on the right side. Both of those potential angles. Parting being very defensive and secretive so far. Adepts 5 and 6 do start on up, and he's got a pylon in the bottom right of the map. Oh my. He's building a gateway here, guys. Holy shit. No, it's going to be DTs. Ooh, 6-minute DTs are going to come in. Okay, I like it. Shade. Now, for those who don't know, only buildings and other shades can block adept. Shades, they go through units, they go through force fields. So Parting blocks it with that, but they both are aware of what they're up against. Now, do you keep making adepts here, or do you just swap out of it? Does one of them try to say, hey, I'm going to keep making them and win the adept war? Seems like Trap is saying that for now. Parting's warp gate's kicking in just a little later, but he's also warping in those 2 extra adepts. There we go. 8 versus 7 right now. 1 Stalker warped in. Oh, Stalker in the main base is where he used his other warp in. Parting. 7 versus 8. He's got to watch out. It's an arms race. Oh, this is getting crazy. Oh, you know what? I actually think the focus fire is way better for Parting here. His adepts actually focus fired a little bit better than Trap's. He warps in 2 more adepts. He should be fine. Oh, they bully their way in. I don't think it's worth committing, though. Wise cancel by Trap, who's gone for his own robo behind this. Both players start up a warp prism. But the DT shrine. Uh-oh. It's not just adepts getting ferried in that we're going to be worried about in this game. 9 adepts out for Trap. No Stalkers just yet. Blink starts up here for Parting. Trap has a 4 worker advantage. Trap is simply better than Parting at getting ahead in the early probes. However, Parting is always looking for potential kill moves. Trap is not. Trap is looking for pressure. He's looking for very standard ways of getting ahead. He's not really looking for those kill moves till later in the game. And That's why we're worried. Oh, no. It's Prism into an Immortal for Trap. Now, Trap does have Stalkers there, though. Parting needs to warp in outside the base and lift them in. If he tries to warp in inside the base, he'll get shot down. Wisely, sets up outside. Now he's going to walk in the front, I believe, with at least one. Yeah, and then drop one in. This is not all in. He's only down 3 probes. If he can get 5, 6 workers, it's already not bad. If he can get 10, it could be game ending. And there's no observer started. The DT walks in the natural. Oh no! The Adepts are on hold position. They're actually blocking the DT. The DT in the main, though, getting a lot of damage. The DT in the natural needs to be focus fired. Parting needs to focus fire that DT on those probes. He starts to do it now. He's a bit busy macroing for a moment there. All these units trying to run around. The observer will pop very quickly there. As they do, after being chrono boosted, Parting gets 11 probe kills and pulls back. Trap. He's been so on point with getting those robos and those observers out, but once again, I mean, this is the story of it, right? Parting is up there with these less solid players, you could argue they are. MaxPax does this all the time as well. Skillus does it quite a bit, but they're so good at getting kills. Parting, MaxPax and so on, they always have their eyes open for when DTs can slide in, and it just feels like it's a strategic blind spot sometimes where the other players who are more focused on the standard game, they sometimes say, okay, cool, I need to do this to make sure I get ahead or to make sure I don't fall behind. And there just needs to be a few more points where you realize how dangerous Dark Templar are, where they can be squeezed into a build. Because Trap was under the impression he was in a perfect mirror matchup. That's what Parting made this feel like. Trap said, you've got a Prism, I've got a Prism, that's fine. You've gone 8 Adepts, I've gone 8 Adepts, that's fine. We've both expanded. There is no room for anything else in this build. Parting says, yes, there is, dickhead. A Twilight, a Dark Shrine, and a Gateway in the bottom right. Like, this is one of the most frustrating things because Trap had good scouting. He felt he knew what was going on in this game, but he missed those resources getting snuck into the corner in the midst of the action. He didn't pick up on things like, hey, why is Parting's 2 Adepts slightly behind mine? You know, why are his probe counts slightly behind mine? Parting just slid this in there and comes in with yet another DT drop. Immortal plus Observer does defend it, but you know what? Good rebuilding by Trap. He chronoed probes like mad. He's building Immortals. Supply actually looks totally fine, which is insane when you think about it. Because, you know, 2 DTs, yeah, it's an investment, but it's not that much. Has he found it? Oh, look at that. He's moving. He knows where it is because he scouted the top left and doesn't see it. So he's like, let's kill your DT Shrine and your Twilight. He knows that's a big pickoff and he can recall these units. Oh, but he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He's not sure it's there and he's worried about getting caught out on the map a little. Parting's Observer doesn't see this. Oh, he gets the Prism. The top left, the Blink Stalkers get their Prism. Oh, no. That's a real bummer. Now, these Stalkers will pick off the pylon, but Trap now has to scramble home to make sure he's safe. That TT drop once again going to hit the main. He doesn't have any defense there right now. He's got to watch out. Where is Parting's third base, though? He's got a Robo Bay, but no... Like, why is Parting not taking a third? I feel like he could be in such a good spot, a winning spot right now. Oh, what's he doing? Okay, he gets a pylon. Blinks out. I mean, these are nice little poking maneuvers, but why is Parting not getting a third? His main is half mine now, as is Traps. Whoever takes a third is going to get not just the third base advantage, they're also transitioning workers from the main to mine more efficiently. Their natural workers can transition. Oh no! Parting! He's too late! He's too late to block off those Adepts. They're already through the choke point, so he throws off this off-center pylon block. A good warp in though. A good warp in blocks the Adepts from chasing. Gets a lot of them, and he's got his own Adepts there, so he should be able to now take them down. Okay, that looked like it was going to be devastating, but the quick warp-ins, the block of the Adepts, turned what could have been 10, 12, 13 probe kills down to just 4. And it ends up being a fantastic hold. Scrambles back to his feet, does Parting, avoids getting a big economic swing of damage to him. Now, these guys are way down in the corner of the map, so, okay, that's cool. He's going to kill these buildings, but he's going to get... Oh no, he's gonna get jumped on. He's gonna get jumped on. He hallucinates too late. He's aware of the threat, but he doesn't think it could be here this early, and he gets punished. Oh no, this is really bad. He needs another wave of force fields, and then recall the Immortals. Oh no, Trap is getting dunked on. He does jump down and get a disruptor kill, but he loses all the Immortals and Sentries. DT Shrine's still alive. Yes, the Twilight's gone, but that's not the end of the world. He's just making Stalkers for now. He can't start charge technically, but that's okay. Now more Adepts do come in here. Remember, he did get Resonating Glaives, so these Adepts do a lot of damage, but his army was getting jumped on by the Blink Stalkers just there. And Parting. Oh my god, with the DTs, the momentum shits on him. So you can see here, he just lost all of his army. And he just was like half the army supply. He knew he could not come back in that game. GG, well played. Parting goes through.